Welcome back, everyone. Today we're gonna talk about Genesis 2, verse 23. And the man said, "This time it is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, Isha, because from man, Ish, she was taken." This verse marks the awakening of Adam's spiritual recognition, not merely of Eve as a physical counterpart, but of the divine feminine essence now revealed before him. In the Zohar's mystical vision, this is a moment of cosmic awareness where the inner and outer mirrors unite and man speaks for the first time, not by naming animals as in Genesis 2 verse 20, but by declaring a recognition of his own essence reflected in another. So from the first we have this time. This is a moment of conscious awakening. The Zohar notes Adam's use of the phrase "this time," in Hebrew hapa'am, as deeply significant. It implies that previously, in naming the animals, none reflected his true essence. Now, for the first time, he beholds a being who shares his divine root, bone of his bones, flesh of his flesh. The phrase signals a shift from absence to presence, from spiritual loneliness to recognition of union. Adam saw the divine Shekinah in her. He recognized his own soul reflected back to him. This is not just recognition of a woman, it is revelation of the concealed half of his own soul. On the verse we have bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. This is symbol of inner unity. The Zohar interprets this statement as more than physical kinship. Bone symbolizes the spiritual essence, that which is hidden, solid, eternal. Flesh symbolizes the manifestation, the outer vessel or form. Adam is declaring that Eve is not separate, but a continuation of his being, composed of the same inner light and outer form. This resonates with the Kabbalistic idea of Zivuk Elyon, a supernal union between light, which is male, and vessel, which is the female, where both are distinct but inseparable. Next on the verse, we have, "She shall be called Isha." This is mystical naming by inner vision. Here, Adam names not an animal, but his counterpart. This naming is not one of dominance, but of recognition and revelation. Isha is woman, and Ish is for man. The Zohar draws attention to the shared letters, which is Aleph and Shin in both names, but also to their difference, which is Yud in Ish and He in Isha. Together, Yud and He equals Yah, one of the divine names. This reveals a mystical principle. When man and woman unite in holiness, the divine name dwells between them. But when they separate in conflict, the name departs, leaving only fire. which is from the word Shin and Aleph. Thus, Ish and Ishah are not merely male and female. They are the vessels for divine presence in the physical world. Next on the verse we have, because from man she was taken. This is not talking about inferior, but emerge from within. This phrase does not mean the woman is secondary or derivative. Rather, the Zohar teaches the feminine was concealed within the masculine, separated and revealed, so the two could stand face to face as equals. This echoes a deep Kabbalistic law: that which was hidden must emerge, so that union can be intentional. The separation was for the sake of recognition, not hierarchy. The Zoharic archetype behind this verse is the soul recognizes its mirror. Adam's declaration is not poetic, it is prophetic. The Zohar reveals that each soul has a corresponding half, a spiritual twin. Only when the soul is refined enough can it recognize its mirror in another. Adam's words are the first utterance of love, not as emotion, but as divine truth. I see you, you are me, we were always one. To summarize, Genesis 2 verse 23 in Zoharic teaching is the moment Adam awakens to spiritual union. After beholding the animals and finding no counterpart, he now sees Eve and declares, this time, a phrase of realization, joy, and completion. He says, she is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, meaning she is not other, not foreign, but a full expression of his own inner and outer being. In Kabbalah, bone symbolizes the hidden core, and flesh, the revealed vessel. Eve completes the structure of the human soul. When Adam names her Ishah, in English woman, based on the word Ish, which is man, the Zohar notices the divine name Yah hidden between their names. This teaches that holy union between male and female draws the divine presence, and that the purpose of gender polarity is reunification in sacred harmony. Eve is not taken from below or behind, but from within, built with wisdom, and brought forth to stand face to face. This is the beginning of the sacred dance of duality and reunion. The verse teaches love is recognition. Union is sacred. The divine dwells where masculine and feminine honor their shared source. We are not separate. We are awaiting our reflection. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your donation. Be blessed, everyone, and I will see you on the next episode.